Thank you very much. Thank you. And hello.
I got blisters on my fingers!
Hello, my friends. Hello, it's Matthew Street, and welcome to my channel. I always appreciate you being here. And folks, it's here. Phase 1 of the Beatles Anthology Anniversary Reissues has been released. Yes, folks, the Beatles Anthology, the book, has been reissued. Now, it's not exactly a new issue in the sense that there's really nothing new other than the cover, which I will show you the image of the brand new cover of the book, what it looks like. But basically what this cover is it's still the original book that was published in the year 2000, 5 years after all the anthology hoopla had happened. Basically, the television special had come out, the series of 3 albums with unreleased material had come out, and by 1995, 1996, that was over. But 4 or 5 years later, they finally released the anthology book. And here is the original hard-covered monstrosity of a book, which weighs a ton. You could do curls with this thing. You could do triceps, bicep exercises with this thing. It's so heavy. It's so wonderful. This is the hardcover edition that I got back in 2000. Now, when it came out, we were all excited because this was touted as one of the greatest Beatles informational books of all time, and guess what? It did not disappoint, folks. It is exactly what it says it is. Remember some of those football coaches, was it Dennis Green that got mad at a game once and said, they are what they say they are, or they is what they said they were going to be, or whatever like that. Well, this book was touted as one of the greatest Beatles books, and it is what it is. It is. If it tells you it is, it is. Folks, seriously, it's a great book. One of the greatest Beatles publications of all time. And there's been many great ones out there, and I'm not going to list them all right now. We all have differing opinions on what's our favorite Beatles book is and isn't and all that. But this, folks, you got to put it in your top 5 somewhere, no matter who you are. And this could be my #1 favorite Beatles book. I don't know. It goes back and forth, though, with Nicholas Schaffner's The Beatles Forever. But I love the Beatles Anthology. Anyway, back on track here. It's been reissued. Now, it's basically the same book, as I said, except they've put a little half a dust cover over it with the new image of this new anthology release coming out, the new promotional materials coming out, feature a picture of the Beatles. Here it is again. And that's what they're using as this half dust cover over the original publication from 2000. So basically, it's the same book, but with a new cover, new image, new promotional logo, whatever you want to call it, for this new release coming out on the 30th anniversary of the series and the albums and the 25th of the book. So I'm going to show it to you right now. We're just going to skim through it really quick. But basically, you might be saying, well, Matt, how are you talking about this if you don't have it? Well, yeah, I don't have the new reissue because I have this. And this is basically what it is. Now, this did come out in softcover a few years after the hardcover came out. And basically, everything's the same except where the silver coloring is black. It's like a black softcover book. This new one retains the grayish silver cover, just like this, but with, like I said, a half dust cover that comes up to about here, covering this image of the anthology painting by Klaus Voormann with the new image of the Beatles for this new 30th anniversary, 25th anniversary, all that good stuff. So let's go look at the book right now. It's a beautiful book. You're going to love it. And if you stick around right to the end, remember I did a video not too long ago about the Beatles putting out an album in 1982 or 81 or something like that. Remember that video not too long ago? I have a new image that was just presented to me that I want to show you of if the Beatles had reunited in 1981, what that might look like. So stick around right to the end of the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, folks, so I'm back, and as I said, if you don't have the Beatles Anthology book yet, you have to get it, folks. And with this new reissue coming out in soft cover, it's approximately $50. You might be able to save a little on it, depending where you look. But folks, I can't highly recommend it enough. This is the original hardcover from 2000, and it's a wonderful, wonderful publication, my friends. Absolutely great. It's a nice way to kick off this new Beatles anthology release, I believe. This is a good way to remind people of their career in their own words. Here is the quick editorial note, which speaks a little bit about where they got the material from, how part of it is from the recent, at the time, words of George, Paul, and Ringo, and they use archival material from John. And again, this version published in 2000 originally. The new one, I'm sure, will have a 2025 publication date somewhere on it, but it's basically the same book, other than the new promotional picture being used for the new anthology release. I'm just going to skim through a little bit, show you some of the images, folks, because they go through each of the Beatles' past and their life, and it's absolutely wonderful. Again, I'm not going to go through everything, obviously. I just want to skim through some of the majesty of this book, the wonderful images used. And you can't beat the material, folks. It will take you a while to read this book, but it's absolutely wonderful. The images provided, some of them I had never, ever seen before at the time of this publication. The material, what the Beatles speak about, the intimacy from them themselves, what happened, being in the eye of the storm, their thoughts and impressions on different things. And you saw some of that in the Anthology TV series, actually, but it's just funny to see their different takes on different things and how sometimes they match on everything they speak about, like they're really right on the money and they all have the same recollections of a particular incident or piece of music or an event in their career. But it's also fun to see the times that they don't. And they have their memories are slightly skewed or different on the same topic. But it's in wonderful prose where it tells you who's speaking, how John felt about a particular issue, George, Ringo, Paul, as you can see right in this little section if you want to freeze that. But, like I said, I can't go through everything in here, but I'm just flipping through basically so you can see some of these beautiful images. The book is so well done. I mean, when this came out, I was just blown away by it. And I'm sure any of you that were also around 25 years ago when it came out feel the same way, that this nice image of John there from the movie, Help. It's just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. Every year is covered with this basic own chapter. As you can see, we'll flip through a little bit. Oh my goodness, Shea Stadium, what great images. And they all talk about Shea in such detail. And every aspect of their career is covered in here, folks. It is absolutely covered so intently. Again, I wish I could go through it all, but I can't. Just show you some of it. I'm just trying to tease you with it so you can see that this is well worth your money and your time. It's just a fantastic, it's so well worth your time and effort, folks, to get this. I'm sure many of you got it 25 years ago in hardcover. A few years after that, it was released, like I said, with a black themed colored cover. In soft cover, and now it's being re-released again in soft cover with the original silver type cover. Just show you some of the images here. Absolutely fantastic. This is later in their career now. We're getting to the Let It Be section. Again, I wish I could go through more with you folks, but it'd just be so time consuming. Beautiful image there, the door at Apple. You get the usual fare in these books with it goes into Abbey Road here. We'll kind of end on that. You get the nice index in it, more images towards the end. Beautiful image there. Let's see what else we can dig up here. I've always loved this image in the anthology book near the end with their final quotes from each of them. Again, not sure how this will translate, but I'll try, okay? But you'll get the book. You have the book. You've seen these quotes. If you're a Beatles fan, you got to have this, right? You got to have it. Freeze if you want. Credits, captions, credits, album, song title credits, index credit. And as you get to the end, guess who gets the final word? As he did back in 2000 when the book was published, and he does in the new one from what I've seen, is John Lennon. By hook or by crook, I'll be the last in this book. John Lennon, and he is. There's the end. So, folks, can't say oops, sorry. Didn't mean to make all that noise. Thing's heavy, weighs a ton, could break the table. But get the new anthology release. Just came out. This is a great way in mid-October to kick off the reissue of the brand new Beatles Anthology 4 coming, along with the revamped Volumes 1, 2, 3, and also the redone, we hope, fancied up, gussied up, whatever, of the brand new video anthology coming on Disney Plus in late November. That's it, folks. I'll talk to you soon, and stick around. Here's that great image of the Beatles reunion in the early 1980s. Bye-bye.
The people in the cheaper seats, clap your hands. And the rest of you, if you just rattle your jewelry.